Hey guys, what's up? It's TheEpicCuber here, and today I'm going to teach you how to solve a 2x2x2 Rubik's Cube. First off, I'm going to go ahead and go over the requirements that you'll need to know to solve this puzzle. The first one is obviously a 2x2, and I'm sure that you all have one or are planning to get one if you are watching this video. So I'm going to be teaching a three-step, three-algorithm process. It's very straightforward and simple, and you should already know the algorithms if you know how to solve a 3x3. If you don't know how to solve a 3x3 or regular Rubik's Cube, that's okay, don't panic. I will leave a link in the description and you can go ahead and watch that video. And even if you don't have a 3x3 and you think, well, I think I'll just skip that and go straight to this, I'm going to require that you still know some terminology in order to watch it, such as the notation. And if you don't know what I mean by notation, I just mean the R and R prime movements of the puzzle. So there will be a link in the description to my how to solve a Rubik's Cube video. All you have to do is watch for the first couple minutes of it, and I will go over all of the turning and all the terminology that I'm going to be using in this video to learn how to solve a 2x2. So I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a nice good scramble, and then we can get started with the solve. Okay guys, so I went ahead and scrambled this puzzle completely. I trust that yours looks somewhat similar to this. It won't look exactly the same, or it probably won't. I guess it could, but it'll look somewhat similar to this, and I hope that you have went ahead and watched my how to solve a Rubik's Cube video, or at least the first part of it, so you know the terminology of the algorithms. So this is going to be pretty much exactly the same as solving a 3x3, except a lot more simple. In fact, we're still going to use the same methods that we did in the beginner's method. So I'm just going to go ahead and have a look around the cube and look for a white side to start with, because I like to solve starting with the white and working my way up towards the yellow. Another thing that you'll notice about the 2x2 is that it has no edges and it has no centers. Since it has no centers, we can choose whatever side we want to start on and go ahead and solve from there. So let's go ahead and get started with the first algorithm. It's exactly like we did in solving the normal 3x3. We're going to go ahead and pick a corner piece. I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. It is the white, the red, and the green corner piece. So the first step is going to be to solve the whole entire first layer of the puzzle. Right here is a demonstration of what we are trying to achieve. We have a whole white side and all of the edges lined up with the same colors, or corners, excuse me. So that's what we're trying to achieve, but only on this puzzle. So let's have a look around the cube and we'll pick a white piece. I think I chose this one, the white, the red, and the green corner piece. And so I'm going to look around and I'm going to find another corner piece with white on it. But I want it to either have white and green or white and red, because I'm going to want to put a white and red to match up with white and red, and white and green to match up with white and green. If that doesn't make sense quite yet, just bear with me, watch a little bit, and then you can back up the video, and I'm sure all will become clear here pretty soon. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick a corner and hold it facing down, so we know white's on the bottom. And that's what we're trying to achieve for all the other white pieces. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find another piece with white on it that either has green or red on it. And right away, I see one's right here. I have the white, red, and blue. And that one is the one that I want, because you can see that I have white and red right here. So I choose this one and this one. Now what do we do? First thing you're going to do is you're going to want to line this up. You can turn the top space without messing up anything on the bottom. You're going to want to line this up to where it is on the top right of your puzzle above its respective color. It's a little harder to tell without the center pieces, but I'm sure that you'll get it in no time. Just match it up with a respective corner piece. So we have red with red, white with white. So we're only matching up two for now. So let's go ahead and do our first algorithm to get this in. The first algorithm goes like this. R, U, R prime, U prime. R, U, R prime, U prime. R, U, R prime, U prime. And you'll notice that I just inserted that piece in and we have a solid block already solved. Now you say, well, there's only 4 different turns on the screen right now. Well, I just did the 4 different turns over and over and over again until the white was facing down and placed in the proper positioning. So I'm going to demonstrate that one more time. I'm just reversing what I did. So this is back pretty much to where I had it. Red, needs to match up with red. White needs to be facing down. So white with white, red with red. I'm going to do this algorithm until I achieve that. So I'm going to do it as many times as I need to where this lines up. R prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. R, U, R prime, U prime. R, U, R prime, U prime. Alright, now let's have a look. We're back to where we were with the single bar. So let's go ahead and pick another corner piece that'll match up with either blue or green. And here's one right here. And you'll notice that this is already in the proper place. So we're picking corners with white on them. And here's one right here. We have the white, green, and orange corner piece. And we have white and green right here. So we need to get this piece to be right here and in the proper positioning with its respective colors. So I'm going to do that algorithm again because it's already in the proper place. Because remember, we want it in the top right of our cube. So we're going to go ahead and do that algorithm over and over and over again until this piece is in place. R, U, R prime, U prime. And in that specific case, we only had to do it once. So now we already have 3 of the 4 already completed and already in place. So easy peasy, we're going to do it again. So we have another one here. This one has white on it, so we're looking for corners with white on it, remember? And so we're going to be turning this into where it's above its respective corner pieces. So you'll see that this is the only slot that we can put another piece in. So this one's pretty obvious where it needs to go. So again, we're going to turn it to where it's above its respective area, so this needs to be down here. And we're going to line up colors, blue with blue, orange with orange, and white with white. Keep it in the top right of your cube, and we're going to do this algorithm again. R, U, R prime, U prime. R, U, R prime, U prime. R, U, R prime, U prime. And just like that, we have already solved half of the puzzle, and we are that much closer to solving the entire thing. Okay, so we have already completed the first step, and now we are ready to move on to the second step of the puzzle. In this second step, we're going to line up these corners to where they're in the proper positioning. Alright, well, you say that's easier said than done. Well, here's where another algorithm comes in. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to line up a corner piece that matches into a respective slot. And don't pay attention to which way the yellow is facing. It does not have to be facing up in this case. All you have to do is find a proper corner piece. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one. It is the green, yellow, and red corner piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it above its respective green, red corner piece slot. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to turn it. Let's see if this lines up. Green with orange and red with blue. Definitely does not match up. So let's turn it again. Green with blue and red with red. So that's closer, but it's not quite there. So we're going to turn it again. Okay, red with red, green with green. So how do I know that this is in the right place? If I were just to rotate this corner, just turn it right around, you'd see that this would be in the proper placement. So don't pay attention to which way the yellow is facing. Sometimes it's a little more obvious with a case like this, but I'm trying to make a point here by making you look at this one. Okay, so now we're going to find this and we're going to perform this algorithm. It goes like U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. Alright, let's have a look at the puzzle. What this algorithm is doing is it's just moving around the rest of these corner pieces until they are also in place. Just like this one. So I'm going to have a look. Orange with orange, or orange with blue, green with red, so that one's definitely not in place. Blue with blue, red with orange, so that one's definitely not in place. And yellow would be facing up, and blue, orange with orange, and blue with green. So that one's definitely not in the right place. So we're going to hold again with the corner in the top right side of your puzzle, and we're going to do that algorithm again. U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. Alright, let's have a look now. So we know that this one's in the right place because it hasn't moved at all. Let's have a look. Blue with blue, red with red, so that one's in place. Orange with orange, blue with blue, so that one's in place. Green, orange, these are definitely in place because we can just tell right off the bat. Now, you may have run into a little bit of a roadblock here, so I'm going to go ahead and explain that now. So you guys may have ended up with something that looks like this, where you already actually have two of them in place. So you could either have one adjacent from each other or one side by side. In this case, I have one that's already placed in side by side. So I see that this one's obviously placed because just by looking at it you can tell. And if you have a look at this one, we have red with red and green with green. So that one's in place too. But if we turn the puzzle, blue with green and orange with orange, this one's not in place, which means neither is this one. So we only have two in place, so if we were to do that algorithm on either of these corners, it wouldn't work. Anyway, it's a very simple fix. All you have to do is you have to turn the puzzle until another one matches up. So we'll just turn it to where a different one that did not match matches with a color. So this one obviously matches with green, orange with orange, and yellow on top. And we're just going to go ahead and do that algorithm once again in the top right corner. U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. Alright, now let's have a look. This one's in place, obviously. This one's in place just by looking at it. And this one's in place. Red with red, blue with blue, green with green, red with red. So now all four are in place. So if you ended up with a problem like that, don't worry, just do what I did just then and you will fix it without any problems. Alright, now that we have completed step 2, we are ready to move on to the third and final step on how to solve a 2x2x2. And that third and final step is to, of course, solve the puzzle. So we already have the top corners in place, the bottom is already solved, and all we have to do is rotate these yellow pieces to where they're facing up. So this is the same algorithm that we used in the how to solve a Rubik's Cube to change the last corners. If you haven't noticed, we're using the same method but just not worrying about the edges. So how we're going to do this? I'm going to go through this once. I encourage you to watch it through and then to back up and do it along with me because it can get a little bit confusing. So just like the first algorithm we did, it's just 4 turns that we're going to do over and over and over again until these corner pieces are in place. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing, you're going to want to do an unsolved piece in the top right hand of your puzzle, just like we have for every other algorithm that we've done today. And we're going to do this algorithm: R prime, D, R, D prime. R prime, D, R, D prime. Alright, now this is in place, but the rest of your puzzle is mixed up. Don't panic. There's no reason to panic here. All we have to do is rotate to where another unfixed corner piece is in place above where we just had the one that wasn't fixed, and we do that algorithm again until this puzzle is solved. R prime, D, R, D prime. R prime, D, R, D prime. R prime, D, R, D prime. And then of course you just match it up. So hopefully you will have just solved your first 2x2. I hope that this was helpful, and if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, and if you'd like more content, please subscribe. I'm the EpicCuber, and you have an epic day. Bye.